来构建的。构建完了之后呢，发回到用户的这个代理这边，就是钱包这端，然后呢进行签名，广播到这个区块链上去。所以这个呢，既是不可移植的，也是不安全的。所以这两个东西合到一起呢，就变成说现在的 DApp 既不可移植也不安全。如果你要是想使用这个 DApp 的话呢，你要经过我的网站，或者接到我的 API 上来，或者通过我的网站来直接调用这个智能合约实现功能。那么，这个有没有什么解决办法呢？我们想到的一个方法就是呢，叫做 Token Script。它的原理上来说的话也非常的简单，核心的就是说把原本跟 token 或者说跟智能合约相关联的这部分，原本放在网站上面的跟智能合约相关联的这部分信息，从网站上面呢抽象出来、剥离出来，把它呢放入到一个 token script file 里面，然后这个 file 呢需要在上面进行不同安全级别的签名，这就能够保证这个 file 本身是可以脱离开DApp 的网站被任意调用、被任意使用的。与此同时呢，这部分信息提供的安全性和可信性，因为有签名在上面，可以达到呢跟合约内的信息同样级别的安全性和可信度。所以这样子的话呢，合约上面的信息安全的、可移植的，合约外面跟合约内信息相关联的信息安全的、可移植的，合到一起的话呢，就可以变成一个安全可移植的一个 DApp， 或者说呢可以把它叫做 Smart Token。这样子的话呢，完整的 Token 信息或者是完整的 DApp 信息才能够被自由的调用，才能够被自由的使用。只有在这种前提下 ，Token 化的价值和权益才能够低摩擦的流通起来。Token 化的信息才能够被任意的第三方、任意的各种服务来引用，来基于这些 Token 为整个互联网提供一个集成点。也就是说呢，能够 transform 现有的这些互联网各种各样的 token 的使用方式，来让它更高效，能够达到无限多的集成。这是我们的一个 old master， 所以这是很好的一个事情。稍微简单，不具体说代码，因为等一下的话，我的co-founder James Brown 会在现场 demo 一段这个 Token Script 代码到底是什么样子，有多么容易的开发，多么能够达到什么样的效果。简单说一下这个 file 到底是个什么东西。首先呢，它是一个 XML 文档，然后呢，在这个 XML 文档里面呢，可以 enable JavaScript 和 HTML， 也就是说呢，你可以定义这些东西各种各样的呈现形式，包括通过 JavaScript 来 construct transaction。这样子的话呢，构建这个 transaction 就不是由一个网站来构建的，而是由一个签不明的 token script file 来构建的，能够达到这样子，用户在签这个 在签这个 transaction 的时候，就可以非常的 confidence， 因为他知道说这个是绝对安全可靠的，是跟区块链上面的合约是一样的安全级别。另外，这个security 呢也是关于这方面的。这上面呢，我们定义了4个安全级别的签名。大家有兴趣的话呢，等一下我会告诉大家在哪里能够拿到更详细的信息。然后 cross platform 呢是说，在移动端的用户代理上面可以 run 的这个 token script， 直接实现 token script 的功能。同时呢，我们也在做网页端的实施，包括和 MetaMask 一起合作呢，在做 desktop 端的这个 desktop 端钱包的实施。这是一个我们做的一个 POC， 就是说简单的示范一下说，之后有了 token script file 之后，这些 token 会是什么样子？这是一个Holden 的一款汽车的一个 ownership token。你可以看到说，在这个 token 的界面里面，包括红色的部分，像这个 authorized use 啊 ，transfer ownership 啊 ，lending 啊，这些呢都关系到智能合约里面的逻辑。这些的话呢，这个 token 本身的 token script file 可以帮助你构建这个 transaction， 然后呢让你来跟合约实现相应的功能。蓝色部分的这些功能呢，包括像是打开车门呢，打开启动引擎呢，锁上车门呢，看一下我这车停在什么位置。这些信息本身并不是需要使用到智能合约上面 transaction， 但是呢，它使用到了token化的信息，是基于这些token化的信息来提供服务的。也就是说呢，它以这些token化的信息作为集成点，把各种各样的这些服务呢集成到一起。 然后你看到右手边这边呢，还会有一些其他的功能，包括像是右下角这里的这些 attestation，这些呢都是跟这个 token 本身相关联的信息，可以把它全部都做到一起去。这样子的话呢，你就可以有一个 smart token，而且这个 smart token 呢，你可以用在各种各样的平台上面，各种各样的这个 platform 上面，都能达到同样的效果，能够实现同样的功能。OK， 所以简单来说的话呢，这就是我们提的一个技术构架，叫做 TokenScript。这上面呢有一个 QR 码，里面包含了这个全部的开发者工具。然后呢，有一个很简单的一个网站，叫做这个 TokenScript.org。大家如果有兴趣的话呢，欢迎上去多提意见。我们需要开发者的支持，主要2个方面。一方面呢，这个技术构架本身非常的新，所以呢，我们需要在设计上面呢吸收更多的不同的意见，大家来共同改进它。另外一方面呢，我们希望说，我们做好了移动端和这个网页端和包括这个桌面端钱包上面的各个实施之后呢，可以有更多的开发人员基于 TokenScript 来做一些他们自己的应用，来做一些他们自己的 Smart Token。然后另外，如果要是想要认识到我本人的话呢，下面有我 LinkedIn 和 Twitter 的账号。OK， 接下来呢，有请我的联合创始人之一 James Brown 来给大家 demo 一段 TokenScript 的这个 file 里面的代码到底是什么样子的，包括呢一个很简单的一个现场的一个实施，来让大家看一下这个东西到底能做什么。OK。
大家好，我的中文真的太不好，不好意思。Okay, so we're going to give you a quick, a fun demo today, just to show what you can do with TokenScript in a very short period of time. So most of you here should be familiar with CryptoKitties. So yeah, you know CryptoKitties? Okay, so this is, don't look at the left side, just the right side. So we've got the default experience of CryptoKitties. They're just sat there in my wallet. I've got, as you can see, I've got 5. I can look at them, I can transfer them to somebody else. That's it. So some of you who played the CryptoKitties game might know you can breed the cats. The experience of breeding the cats, you have to go to a website, you have to find where to breed them, you have to work out how to do it, or if you're a developer, you can use the Remix ID to do the same thing. So what I'm going to do now is this is the standard experience here. What I'm going to do is drop the TokenScript file into the wallet. So I'm just going to just find the TokenScript file. I get a little notification and I've dropped the file in. So it should be ready to go now. So I just click in the CryptoKitties. And now, when I select one, you can see I've got some additional options. I don't know if you can see down the bottom there. I've got some additional options, which is breed and give birth. So what I'm going to do is first of all, I'm going to breed a pair of CryptoKitties. We'll pick this guy at the top, who's what's that? Zinkel, I think. So we'll try and breed these two together. Let's have a look what happens. So it's saying, oh, okay, I can't breed them because one of them isn't ready to breed. So I'll just go back and choose some different ones. So we'll choose him, this one. No, oh, yes, okay, so it's a valid breeding pair, and this one is ready to breed, so I'm going to call the transaction, and just put a guess on it, and send the transaction. So that's going off to the Ringu testnet, in this case, so I'll just push that. as it happens, I actually have one that's ready to breed. So let's go into this one and call the give birth function. So yeah, here we go. So this is what we call the midwife function. We can see the kitty is pregnant, so we'll get the kitty to give birth. Okay, so I'm just sending this off to a Ripley to give birth to the cat. Okay, let's see what's happening in a bit more detail. Now that we get an idea of what the token script is doing, let's have a look at how it's done. So this is the token script file that my colleague Victor was talking about. You can see here we've got a contract name, and you can see you can have localization in the contract name, so you can localize it. Here we've got Chinese and English. This here defines the contract address. Once they have an ENS name, you can just drop an ENS name in there instead. Okay, so that's the first important part. So the next part, we have the action. So you see here, this is the action part of the script. And here we've got the name, which is the breed kitty. This defines the Ethereum transaction that we're going to push when you breed the kitty. So it's taking 2 token IDs. Each one of those token IDs is a crypto kitty. That takes the input. There's a staking value. So if you played the game, you'll know if you breed 2 cats, you have to stake a small amount of Ethereum in the breeding function. So once I click breed, it's going to create this transaction. It's going to add the UN256 data parameters, and it's going to push that transaction as you saw in the demo. So then the next, you may remember there was an intermediate screen as well. So let's go back to the kitties. Okay, so for those of you who are more observant, you'll see there's now 6 crypto kitties in my wallet. So the breeding actually was successful, and we have this new one here, NASA kitty. So yeah, the live demo worked. Okay. Yeah, so you'll see when we breed, we have this small bit of text here. So that text is what you see in this JavaScript, this small JavaScript element here. So you can see we're specifying display token ID 0, token ID 1, and are they allowed to breed? And are they ready to breed? Which is 2 things. So the second function that we saw is the birth function. So you see that here, we've got the name up here. The formatting is slightly out. Yeah, so this one's birth, and the function it calls is here, give birth. So that's basically a function inside the CryptoKitties contract. We've also got some attributes. So these here are resolved for this token script display. So you can see we've got there's 2 auxiliary functions, which is, are the cats ready to breed? Which just takes 1 parameter because it just, basically, is it pregnant or is it not pregnant? And then we've got a can breed with. So the idea behind this is with the CryptoKitties game, you can't breed 2 kitties that are related. So if they're siblings, or if they're one is the daughter or son of another cat, you can't breed either. So this function just checks to see if they're a valid breeding pair. So if I go back here, this one is our new CryptoKitty. And if I try and say, okay, let's breed with this one, it should say they're not allowed to breed. Yes, there you go. So you can see valid breeding pair false because they're related. So they're not allowed to breed cats, they're related. That's it. So you can see how easy it is to quickly write a user interface for your tokens. So you can power your tokens inside the wallet to add an extra dimension to your game or for your utility token. We actually have also a utility token for our office door. So you can actually unlock the office door with a token strip token, which is in your wallet. Okay, I'm going to hand you back to the... Okay.